Good evening. This is the Lion of Legend, and welcome to Cleansing Day. This game contains a priest, a fancy big church, nude statues, and lots of raining on parades. What am I saying? Reader discretion, as always, is advised. Now, let's start this little story. Libretto City. A city filled to the brim with corruption, lustful idiots, pyromaniacs, and to top it all off, a shitty police force. Sadly, the church resides in this sinful city. It would make your blood boil if it weren't for your patience. And unfortunately for you, Mother Charity, you practically have to babysit the idiots of this city. Of course, to start the day off, you need to get some holy water to cleanse everyone who enters the church. It comes from the holy well of Libretto City. Never mind the fact that it comes from a tap, just like the rest of the water in this city. But does it matter? Hell no. Not if you're here to bless the water. Not if you're here to cleanse the sinners. And there's way too many of them to count here. You retrieve the holy water from the holy fountain. Just the thing you need to cleanse the sinners of the city. You'll make sure it's all clean. Today, you must scout the church for any sinners. For every room, make sure it's completely cleansed before moving on to the next one. Otherwise, bad shit might happen. Alrighty. So how do I cleanse? I have holy water. This man makes no effort to hide his alcohol. What's cooking? Good looking? He also makes no attempt to hide how drunk he is. Goodness, does this man realize he's in a church? Such behavior is abhorrent here. Cleanse this man? Absolutely. You begin to cleanse. Press enter when the pointer is on red to cleanse. You splash the holy water on the man. While the man is stunned, you snatch the holy bottle away from him and smash it against the ground. Good riddance to bad trash. Hey, what was that for? For your own good. Alcohol is terrible for humans, you know. Divinity doesn't like it when we drink. Bitch, I was just having a day out. In time, you shall learn that what you were doing was wrong. The man grumbles to himself, staring stupidly at the broken bottle. You're quite pleased with yourself, though. Alright, let's continue to the next room. Move on. Seems like all the sinners have been cleansed. Alas, there's still more sinners you must cleanse. A nude statue. Artists claim that it's artistic nudity. But as a high priest, you know that's a load of bullshit. Cleanse the statue. You begin to cleanse. You splash the statue with holy water, and put some clothes on this woman's ever so vulgar and scandalous body. Oh, Divinity, why did you put such hussies on the planet with me? It never occurred to you that you're also a woman. At that, a woman with a body. But hey, you don't go running around naked like these harlots. If only other women knew modesty like I do, then they'd stop complaining about how they tempt men. A nude statue. Okay, so I did miss the red line. so it looks like she's clean. Let's see if we can keep going. Seems like all the sinners have been cleansed. Okay. Alright. Goodness, how are there this many sinners in the church? A nude statue. Artistic nudity. We're gonna go ahead and cleanse it. Oh man, I really missed. Holy moly. There we go. Okay, and we've got another drunk guy here. You also need to be cleansed. Looks like it's the same dialogue. So we're gonna cleanse him. Your drinking days are over, fine sir. Or should I say sinful sir. Alright, and the statue. Cleanse this. Looks like there's a little bit of a grace period there. The man stands in pure shock, a sign you've carried out divinity's will. Good, she finally looks less like a whore now. You say that as if she still looks a bit like a whore. Alright, moving on. All the sinners have been cleansed. Sometimes, the sinners will hide from you. When they think you're gone, that's when they'll appear. Why would they be hiding if they weren't evildoers in a church? Sinners hiding? We can't have that. Is that a sinner that I sense? Statue. Come now. You can't hide from my purging so easily. Okay. All the sinners have been cleansed. Oh, I just realized the eyes on the statue also moves after you cleanse them. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. A sinner. Oh, this is absolutely sinning. Ugh, what on earth are these harlots doing? Holding hands. That's all there. Not only are they holding hands, but they're also... It revolts me so much that I can't even think of it. Alright, Mother Charity, this is getting a bit... Look, the alcohol was one thing. Heck, I might get the nude statue. Though it is teetering on nuts. But this couple? All they're doing is showing love to each other. Isn't that exactly what divinity is meant to spread? Love? That isn't love these harlots are spreading. They're going to put such horrible thoughts into the minds of children. Cleanse this innocent-looking couple? Absolutely. The amount of sin here is out of control. You begin to cleanse. You splash the poor woman with water. Hey! What was that for? The little lady in pink tries to berate you. You've no right to be chastising me, not when I'm merely carrying out our mighty deity's will. If you wanted us to stop, you could have just... Silence! You, women, are still young. There's still a chance for you two to see the light. Unless you continue like this, and I tell your parents. You know very well what will happen if you tell their parents. You know that their parents will come to you for help. You'll then cleanse these girls, and it'll be like this never happened. I'd be giving into deceit if I kept this a secret, right? Their parents need to know what they're doing. It isn't enough that you've humiliated the poor things in church. Now you want to tell their devoted parents. The girls both stand in silence, not daring to break the tension in the air. And despite it all, you give yourself a good old pat on the back. Look at what you did. They'll thank me when divinity purges the rest of their kind. I don't know what to say to that. We'll move on. Seems like all the sinners have been cleansed. These people disappoint me so much. Those two women, they were members of the congregate. How could they do such a thing to it? To me. There's so many sinners that it's evening now. If only you didn't strive for perfection, like any good divinity lover would. Some sinners will hide under the cover of darkness to avoid consequences. Maybe if you light the rooms up, you'll be able to find them. Sinners in the dark. Oh my goodness. More sinners. Trying to hide. Especially after I've lit the room with this, divine flame, if you will. Is there another sinner? No. Wait a minute. Where's the sinner? Is there a sinner? What's happening here? Oh. Right. Alright, they've all been cleansed. Only now has it occurred to you that you've been on the hunt for sinners all day. Most people will call you crazy for devoting this much time to it. But is it really crazy if you're devoting all this time to the mighty divinity? You sure as hell don't think so. Why else did you commit your life to carrying out divinity's will? Lots of sinners in this church. Look at all the cleansing that we have to do. Got to cleanse this one too. I'm sure there's more sinners to be seen. Once I get to the end of this hallway. This is a long hallway, by the way. Wait, there are really no more sinners? I guess that's it, yeah. Alright, let's continue. Did it occur to you that there's no one else in this church but you and some statues? Perhaps. Now that you mention it. Okay. Wait a minute. Did I hear a sinner? You must be cleansed. Alright, let's keep moving. Any more sinners to cleanse? More statues, if you will? It appears as though there's almost no sinners left in the church. Perfect. Oh, there's a sinner. If I could just not mess this up. There we are. Okay, let's see. So I gotta interact. Oh, fire. Oh, another sinner. Thought you could escape me. Not this holy water. Cleansed. You're feeling amazing about your work. It brings me great joy to cleanse everyone in this forsaken city. No one else had the discipline but me. You love to think about how amazingly you serve Divinity. I mean, you do pretty much everything that little book wants you to do. Or at least what you think it wants you to do. Never had it occur to you that maybe, just maybe, you've been doing it wrong. Now, what was that? Demon, unveil yourself. You clutch your rosary as if you're about to shove it in the face of the literal devil. As if that'll be better than simply throwing fists with whatever perceived threat is here. Has the demon left? I guess not. Your eyes burn in pain from the fiery light, and your ears ring like a shot's been fired. You wonder if you're dead, and finally reunited with your beloved creator, Divinity. However, you slowly come back to your senses. You're very much not dead. Someone floats above the fountain. They really don't look like they're from this world. That should have been obvious from the floating. But even if you didn't consider how they moved like a puppet on invisible strings, the markings on their bodies signify something divine. Now, usually, you'd scold them for being naked and all. But something tells you that doing this to someone like that would be a terrible idea. They hold their eyes shut, just like you do. But they appear more like a statue. You can't even tell if they're breathing. Their presence mystifies you. In the name of Divinity, who are you? The person's face doesn't change at all. Lips frozen in place, they say. Who am I? That is the question you present to me. Their face contorts to a slight grin. Out of their sealed lips comes a giggle. Like your question was as obvious as, what color is the sky? You know very well who I am, Charity. You speak my name in vain, after all. You use my name for your own twisted purposes. I am Divinity. Their story will continue in a future visual novel, Divinity's Wrath. Thank you for playing. Well, that was Cleansing Day. And this seems to be something that's going to continue in a future visual novel. I definitely consider myself curious in where this is going to lead. I did find this nice. It was quick, small, simple, yet impactful, with the theme being discussed here, or what we are witnessing, if you will. You have a questionable priest who is seemingly very, I don't know if I want to say power hungry, but kind of taking things a bit far with their, belief system, which I'm sure many of you have encountered before. But we'll just have to stay tuned to see exactly where this story leads to next. That all being said, if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and leave it a like, leave a comment, share the video, perhaps even subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next video. So have a good night.